Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is time for the Craft House. And what a Craft House we've got for you today, featuring all things Nature's Garden. We're going to be looking at several different collections, giving you lots of inspiration, but bringing you loads of great deals as well. I'm not on my own. Oh no, she is back with me. Debby Robinson is back in the studio. How are you, Debbie?
I am fine, thank you very much. A bit chilly up north today, though. It's a bit on the chilly side.
It's really chilly up north.
Hence the little bit of the cardigan on. Honestly, it's like Baltic up here today.
It is, isn't it?
So I don't know what it's like anywhere else, but yes, it's a little bit on the chilly side. But what is not chilly, it's warm in the studio because we have got the fabulous Nature's Garden Rangers on this show. And I'm really excited because some that I've not seen for a while, and then some of our firm favourites as well. And I'm going to kickstart things off. I'll show you some of my demos that I've got planned for you today. So we're going to do a little bit of the autumn blessings. I absolutely love this collection. It's stunning.
That's
from
really
the colours. Yeah, so we're actually going to kickstart with this gift box. I'm feeling a bit gift boxy today. So we've got the autumn's blessings, one of my firm favourites, Joe, one of my firm favourites. The beautiful collection, which is the gorgeous one from our Nature's Garden Rangers. So this is another one of my demos that I've got planned for you as well. Now, I haven't worked with it for a while, so I'm really excited about this one. Chinoiserie. Just love how you said that, chinoiserie. And two of my favourite elements, and this is one of my demos I've got planned too. So I'm going to show you how to use the collection together and create some different projects for a change. And then we've also got, if we've got time, we'll try and crab a few more in as well. But we've got the fabulous farmhouse, and that one, even looking at it, you wouldn't scream necessarily farmhouse, which is just a beautiful florals using some of the elements on there. Some that we haven't seen in a long while are the gorgeous gnomes, and I do love this one. Cute. Super cute. So although it's all Christmas themed, don't worry, because I don't know about anybody else, but get a move on with your Christmas cards. Start nice and early is what I say, so you can get them all in there. And then lastly, we've got the fabulous secret garden. Do you want to know a secret, Joe?
Oh, I'd love to.
A lovely winged creature, winged Bambi.
Thought you said wind.
What's it called? A peloton.
Thought you said wind.
In peloton, a machine that you get exercising on.
That's a peloton.
Oh! Apologies there. I thought it was the machine. I'm thinking, no, you've got that wrong, Joe. You've got that wrong. We've got some fabulous collections, and Joe's going to walk you through the amazing discounts that we've got on some of them as well.
Loads of great discounts on everything you can see in the show today, as well as also some sort of offers, not sort of offers, they're genuine offers that are happening this weekend all across the website. So make sure you check those out as well. 25% off of clear stamps over on the website this weekend, which is joyous. And then also tomorrow is a second anniversary of Colour Me Happy. So to celebrate that, we're going to be giving you 10% off of all Spectrum Light ink pads over on the website. So go and check both those offers out. They're live right now. We have had a few changes to the Crafters TV schedule as well. The weekend schedule is unchanged, but I'm going to remind you of it anyway. Our first show here on Saturday and Sunday comes to you UK time midday, and then we're with you at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. East Coast is at 7 a.m., 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And then also if you're on the West Coast there, you can see 4 a.m., 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. We have had some changes midweek though, so let me take you through those. Our first show comes to you at 11 a.m. now here in the UK, and then another show at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. East Coast is 6 a.m., 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. So you East Coasters can get all of them now. And if you are over on the East Coast, 3 a.m., 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. And we've also kind of trying to, not mixed it up, but slightly changed where you'll find the products now as well over on the website. So they are where you'd normally find them. Where you'd usually shop the show, you now shop the day. So you can see that token there, that icon. So who's that handsome chap? There. And then also next to it, the schedule. So if you wanted to shop the day from yesterday, the day before, tomorrow, you can really easily navigate to all the products that you want to get your hands on, which is awesome. We are going to kick off, as we said, with the Autumn Blessings collection. A really gorgeous collection. And also, the thing about this is that it is at its best ever price. And now is definitely the time to snap this up, which is brilliant, because £28.76 or $36.12 saves you almost £70 or $85, which is excellent. That platinum price, incredible there for this 12-piece collection. I know Debbie, though, she's like a coiled spring over there. She's ready to burst into crafty action, aren't you, Debbie?
Absolutely. And I've got 3 of the elements I'm going to use to create this lovely box. I'm going to use this stencil. There's so many gorgeous things in this collection, and it's been a while since I've played with these, so it's really been right refreshing. So I've got this gorgeous, beautiful scattered leaves stencil, and stencils are just fabulous for things like your inks, things like your pastes, texture paste, glitter pastes, lots of different things that you can do with your lovely stencils. I've also got a pumpkin patch stamp set, and I've then got this the skeleton leaves, which I just think are beautiful. But there's so many different things in this collection. They really are gorgeous. But I am going to start with a little piece of cardstock, and I'm going to place my stencil over the top and bring in a couple of the inks from our water reactive range. So I've got the grasshopper in there and the honey pot. To be fair, all I want to do is use my stencils with my ink. So I'm going to go in with my, I'm going to go with the honey pot first and pop a little bit down just onto there. And again, I'm just going to use those little sprigs, is that the right word? A little sprig, berry, what's the word I'm looking for, Joe? With this lovely design. What did you say?
Blossoms? No.
Blossoms, yeah, could use that one. I call them like a little sprig feature. But they're just beautiful. I mean, I love this stencil. Don't forget as well, with stencils, you can emboss with them too. So a lot of things that you can do with them. Now, I've started with a bigger piece of cardstock, and I will show you why I've done that in a moment, because you can chop down into it once you've laid your colour down. And again, all I'm going to do is go in with my grasshopper and pop that down. You could use different colours on there as well, so you could pop in things like your pine tree, anything that's got that autumn kind of feel to it. What about maybe some of your browner leaves, where you add a little bit of brown into there with the seal brown maybe, or the fire brown. But again, just absolutely beautiful stencil, and something that you can create a lovely background very quickly with as well, which is what I always love. And again, I'm just going to pop that in, and I'm just going to add a little bit more of the honey pot. Now, normally when you're using stencils, you can either tape it down or use low tack tape across the top to stop it from moving, or you can use our stick and spray as well, which is available on our website, UK website, I'm going to say, because in America we can't transport it to America.
I think they might have it over on HSN.
Yes, that's what I was just going to say. Yes, absolutely. So now you can see when you take that off, you've got this beautiful stencil.
Gorgeous. I like where the yellow's bled a little bit into the green and vice versa. I think it gives it a really lovely feel.
Exactly, and it just gives it a lovely, lovely feel. Now, all I would do is trim that down, but what I wanted to do was trim up little pieces for the sides of my boxes. So that's why I start with a bigger piece, because then I can cut into it. And that's exactly what I've done with these, Joe. I've just chopped into them. I've mounted them onto some of our cardstock, that textured cardstock there, which just gives me all my pieces that I need for all 4 panels. And this was done over 2 pieces, so I actually duplicated that and then chopped down into it because I couldn't get it out of the one. So it's over 2 pieces that I've created those pieces for the sides of my boxes. But I'm just going to park that. But again, just look at that. If you trim that down, Joe, I've got another little background. Let me grab my trimmer. Sorry, not my trimmer, my guillotine. And I'm just going to pop that down onto there and just trim that down. And again, I've now got another piece that I can then use later on when I'm, again, I always say, I've lots of little pieces, background pieces already.
How are you doing with the craft room, Debbie?
Oh,
you still
absolutely.
loving it? Is it still
Loving
joy?
it. Super clean, super lovely.
Is it?
Really, really enjoying it.
You're a changed woman, Debbie.
I am a changed woman. Absolutely, I'm a changed woman. But again, look how gorgeous that looks. And then, of course, you could then, if you wanted to create a bit of dimension, you could go back in with it. So I've got that the right way around. It's that way, isn't it? Yeah. You could could go back in and you could then emboss through that as well, so that you then have got a lovely embossed feature on your cardstock as well as that. So that's that little piece put to one side, Joe. Now then, the stamps, there's some beautiful stamps in this collection, and the pumpkin patch is one of them. So, and I say one of them, gosh, there's a lot to this collection. And can you see the price?
They're large, aren't they?
Yeah, but look at the price on the screen. I'm still flabbergasted that you're getting all of this. I cannot believe we're giving you this today at 70% off. We were talking about this earlier, although we're talking this is an autumn collection. There's elements in here that you're going to be able to use all year round. The stencil being one of them, you could use all year round. But they're just fabulous, and it's a great collection to have for all your autumnal cards. So brilliant for that.
The Harvest stamps and dies are worth £17 on their own. That's the one set of dies and stamps. So you think for an extra £6, Platinum members get the rest of the collection for what you should be paying just for that one set of stamps and dies alone. It is a brilliant, brilliant price on this.
Wow, wow, and wow. I mean, if there was ever an opportunity, did you miss out last year? Have you not caught any of the, the shows? We've got plenty of shows. When this were launched, there'll have been a craft along, there'll have been the launch show, so there's lots of inspiration that you can get from those. They still live there on Crafters TV, and you could actually go back and catch that. But what you won't catch is that price. That price that's on the screen right now is definitely not what we've had. It's incredible. It is an incredible price. So I'm just going to give that a little stamp. So again, just using my rocker block for this one. I'm just going to give that a little stamp. But again, just showing you how beautiful that design is. And these are big stamps, Joe, like you just said. They're not little stamps. They're big stamps. Nice area for colouring in with as well. And I will show you, because I want to try and get through like lots of demonstrations. So rather than you watching me colour, I'm going to bring in the one that I've coloured, because all I've done with this, Joe, is I've coloured it in like so, and look at the difference it makes. It comes to life.
Really brings it alive.
I've just used our tri-blends, so I've used our burnt orange, I've used my gold yellow, I've used the dull green, and I've also used earth brown. So you can have fun with colours. You can colour these in with any of your mediums as well, but they just come to life. And the only thing that I've done is I've taken my little scissors and I've literally snipped around the end to create that so it fits as a little feature for the top of my box.
Gorgeous.
And talking of boxes, we'll bring that in a minute. So we've got a side panels, we've got a top part. I'll show you something else as well, because I've used our Moroccan tiles, our nesting dies. And I'm going to use, if I just get hold of the, let me just see if I can find, there it is, the embossing folder. And I love this one. This embossing folder comes with an embossing folder and a stencil, so that's the two for the price of one in there straight away. So you can colour perfectly, run it through with your embossing, and then you can pop that over the top. Let's get that positioned over right, and then you can simply colour. It's such a clever concept. I really love this, but I'm just going to use it and I'm going to emboss my little Moroccan tile, and I'm just going to find a little element that will give me, let's go in there. I quite like that one. Yeah, we'll go there. I'm going to just literally emboss the top part of there. Now this is a standard embossing folder, so it's our two-plate sandwich. I'm going to say connection then. Don't know why I was thinking of that. Two plates.
We haven't got much connection today, Debbie.
Honestly.
We're one of those days, aren't we?
So it's your two clear cutting plates that you run a 2D embossing folder through. And then of course then it gives me a lovely little embossed feature, and it's got that lovely the circular part of it as well, which I just think is really lovely, and it just gives a little bit of texture to my Moroccan tile. So that's another element that I've used there. And then you've got the leaves. So I love the skeleton ones. Let's just bring in these for a second. But we've got, look, Someone's been using those with a bit of green, not cleaned it out. Who can I blame? Who was the last to use the...
Well, they're saying in the gallery it was you that used these last.
Get away!
Georgina was saying it was definitely Debbie, she was saying in my ear. She had you keyed off, Debbie.
Oh dear, I tell you what colour, I'm going to go in with a bit of black. I think I might actually have a bit of orange as well. No, we'll stick with me black. Let's stick with the black. So I'm going to go in and put those in as well. So Do I risk it with a bit of low? Yeah, let's pop a bit of low tack tape down. Don't trust myself. Don't trust myself. There we go. Pop those in. Thin metal die combination. These are lovely as well. They'll fit through your smaller machines, these elements. But I'm just going to run those through and create those beautiful skeleton leaves. I think we've also got the fuller leaves in there as well, Joe. I mean, when you take a look at that collection at the side of you.
It's great, isn't it?
It's huge.
For £23 a penny as a platinum member, $28.90, you get all of that. Incredible.
It is incredible, it really, really is. I don't think, yeah, exactly, that's, producer Georgie is saying exactly what I was just thinking and going to say out loud. I don't think I've ever seen it, I didn't even think we'd be able to get it this low, let me just say. But what a great opportunity to get hold of it today while it is such a great price. And again, like I said, there's tons of tuition online of probably our craft along. Now, I know I didn't have the Autumn Blessings craft along, but one of our lovely experts will have had the craft along with it, and then there'll have been the loan show that you can go back on as well and take a look at all that amazing inspiration through the loan show. So if I just pop those there, like so, that's a couple of the skeleton ones out there.
They are really nice, these skeleton ones. And again, I think if you wanted to, you could easily mount these and cut round them, couldn't you, if you wanted a sort of matte and layer with them?
Yep, and you could also make a lovely background piece. If I bring in, where's that piece of cardstock gone? Let's bring that there. You could create a little background, just stick them down and create a background and then pop your toppers on the top of it. So, nice couple of ways that you can use that.
I love it when you do that, you know, and have them almost over the edge, Debbie, and cut them off. It's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to use my Moroccan tile, the extra large one there that I've popped on. I'm just going to pop tape pen. Let's pop the tape pen just on there and just stick those pieces down. And then literally now I'm just going to bring in my box lid. I've actually done a stamped sentiment. I'm so very blessed to know you, Joe.
No.
Well, I am.
Thank you.
I am. And I'm going to show you my box again. I started with 2 pieces of cardstock the same size. I actually went quite large with this one because I wanted quite a nice big box. So it's actually 11.5 by 11.5. So it's from an A3 piece of cardstock. And then I've scored it in at 4 inches. 4 inches. It's a nice big depth of a box. That's on the, and I will just put it to that side because that's on the base side. I did start life, this was the same, and it's a bit similar to what I spoke about earlier with one of my previous demos. All I've done is measured exactly the same on the lid, but this time I've taken off, and I've literally taken off, and if we just hold them side by side, you can see I've taken off ½ an inch. So that's how I create a bit of a depth and dimension. When I say depth and dimension, it means my box base is quite chunky, I'm going to say, chunky, and the box lid isn't. It's small, and it means it slides on and off really nice and easy, and I'll show you that in a moment. So first things first, I'm going to put all my mats and layers onto my box lid. And now then, let me just grab my wet glue for this one, not my tape pen.
I think this as well really lends itself to other projects, Debbie, that maybe are not necessarily cards. I mean, you're going to make beautiful cards with it, but I could see gorgeous box frames with these, little keepsakes, you know, even things like tags maybe made out of this too, little nameplate settings, table centerpieces. I think it's one of those collections that you really can do an awful lot with. And also, an autumnal collection. Autumn's quite a long time, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
So it starts in like what, September, the end of September, and really autumn lasts us all the way through until we do Christmas really at the beginning of December.
Yeah.
It's quite a long period, so it's great to have a collection that encompasses that whole time period. Have you got autumnal birthdays? Are you going to be doing, maybe there's a winter wedding coming up. It would be great for a winter wedding this. Or do you celebrate Thanksgiving? It's a perfect collection for all of those autumnal occasions. And the great thing is, it's wonderful to buy it now this time of year, Debbie, isn't it? Because you're not going to get this kind of deal in autumn.
No.
You know, when it's in season, let's say, you're going to be a lot less likely to get this kind of offer. You're not going to be saving yourself, I don't think you'll be saving yourself £67 or $84 when we come back round to the end of the summer again. So snap it up now, put it away, and then when the autumn comes, get it out knowing you've got a brilliant bargain.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point, that, Joe. My birthday is an autumnal birthday because I was born in October.
Sorry?
I was born in October, so mine's
October the 14th?
October the 8th.
8th.
Yes. Why did you think I was the 14th?
I don't know why I thought October the 14th.
Yeah, October the 8th. So I have an autumnal birthday.
Are we both Libras?
Are you a Libra?
Yeah.
Oh, when's your birthday?
26th September, or the 27th, depends.
Oh, yeah. What is your proper one, Joe?
Officially, it's the 26th. That's what it says on my birth certificate and my passport.
Okay, but you were
But
celebrating...
I celebrated it on the wrong day for 19 years.
I just don't know how that happened. How on earth does that happen?
Me neither. So yeah, I'm a Libra, but I think I'm more like the one before. I can't remember what that one is. I think I'm more Virgo.
Yeah, Virgo.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was in the box there. I'm just pulling my trousers up. I didn't realise. I was having a good old shuffle pulling them up. I think I might be more Virgo than Libra.
A Virgo? Yeah, that's my daughter and my mum's, my eldest daughter, Tanya, my mum. They're Virgos. Yeah, so you could well be, because I don't associate September with Libra for some strange reason.
No, because the cut-off isn't, it's only a few days before my birthday, I think, so.
And that's your official birthday?
The official one, yeah. What am I like? I'm like the Queen, I've got two.
Dear. The Queen has two?
Queen's got 2 birthdays, yeah, like me.
How does she get 2 birthdays?
Well, I think it was all to do with, I think her dad's birthday was in the winter.
Right.
And they didn't like the idea of having a royal birthday in the winter, because obviously you couldn't really have many ceremonies and stuff, so they gave him an official one and an unofficial one.
And is that the same with the Queen?
Yes, I think the Queen's official birthday is one, but her actual birthday is her unofficial birthday.
Oh, honestly, I didn't know that either.
Very strange, isn't it?
Learn some things at
Imagine being so
TV.
important you just give yourself a second birthday. You know,
I
put
know.
yourself on a stamp or a £5 note. Yeah, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh, let me put it that way. Actually, I'll put it that way. And then I'm just going to turn it a little bit because I'm going to have my my beautiful barrow of pumpkins and what's the flower? It's like a sunflower, isn't it, that one in the background there? But I'm just going to pop a couple of foam pads just to lift it a little bit, give it a bit more extra depth and dimension. I'm just going to pop that into the centre. And then I've got my leaves as well. So again, with your leaves, you can pop them. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to pop... Let's use my dotty tape pen for this one. So I'll bring in my dotty tape pen. Because of skeleton leaves, it does mean that you don't have a fullness to this one. So, but we can add, let's have a look, that's the centre. Let's pop one there. I might put a sprig of them actually. Yeah, let's pop a few on there. So you could use things like your tacky glue with your fine tip applicator. I know that we're going to go on floor. With your fine tip applicator, you could do that as well. I'll look for that in a minute. And then I'm going to pop on now my little tag as well. I'm so very blessed to know you, Joe, because I know. But isn't it a beautiful, beautiful collection?
It really is lovely.
There you go. Excuse me, I'm at it again. So I'll just show you.
No problem.
While I'm there, let me just take a quick swig.
So you can see that they're really gorgeous and finishes it off. I love the fact you put it on the top of the box. And you could put that on the front of the box as well, I'm guessing, if you wanted to. There's nothing to stop you doing that either. Let me take you back through exactly what you're getting included in here then. So you're going to get the autumnal tree, which is this one here. Now this is a layering stamp, this one, so you can add as much or as little foliage if you want. So it could be at the start of the spring, sorry, the start of the autumn, we would have a very full tree, and then it can get more and more sparse as you go through. You've got the roundwood slice in here, those skeleton leaves that you saw. You've also got the forest toadstools? Toadstools even. Hello Autumn, which are the leaves with the spine on top, which is brilliant. You've got the thanks sentiment in there. This is the one I was talking about as well, $16.99 just on its own. This one is your Harvest Festival. 2 different sets of sentiments within there as well, so loads of really lovely autumnal sentiments. You've got the pumpkin patch, which you saw Debbie creating with there, and then that really awesome combo of the falling leaves, which is your embossing folder and your stencil together to give you that awesome finished project there. And that would give you a lovely little aperture. You know what that will give you, don't you, Debbie? Oh yeah, an opportunity to craft. $28.76 in the UK, saving you £67. $36.12 if you're stateside, saving you $84. Brilliant, brilliant price for you there on that one. Right, we're going to move on, and we're going to have a little look at the gnomes. I Love the gnomes. I love that we've got the cardstock included for you as well. So I'll just quickly take you through that. It's a really gorgeous colour range in this, all pearlescent for you. 12 by 12, 250 GSM, and a really lovely colour. This is a Christmas collection, but I definitely think it's something that you could use as a sort of general winter theme, something you could take away from Christmas. What you're going to get in here is, and you're going to get firstly the embossing folder, which is your snowy scene embossing folder. Really nice to have a landscape embossing folder. We don't have an awful lot of those, so it's great to get that in there. You've then also got in here this, which is your gnome child, and this is stamps in here and dies, but also you've then got a little stencil as well, so you can choose the clothing on them. You've got the gnome girl in here, and again the same configuration for you. You've got your dies, your stencils, and you've got your stamps in there. Then we move into the Gnome Home, which is this one just here. Really beautiful set of stamps there. I love how much dimension you're able to get on those when you add your colouring mediums into there. This one is your Kissing Gate. Isn't it adorable? And it's got the mistletoe within there as well. And you've also then got your Gnome Village, which is that lovely die and stencil set. A great saving again for you. 31.31 or 40.50 on this one. One of my all-time favourite winter collections, this one, Debbie.
Gorgeous. And let me tell you, gnomes are going nowhere, is all I'm going to say.
They're going gnomeware.
Nowhere. They're going nowhere. And I'll tell you for why. No, I won't tell you for why, because I'll be getting shot if I do, but stay tuned. This is a gorgeous collection. Let me just tell you, when I first saw this Nature's Garden collection, I absolutely fell in love with the characters. So you can see straight away with that lovely kissing gate there and the lovely little girl and the boy there, just looks absolutely adorable. And the stamps in this collection are fabulous, and down to the gorgeous home there is lovely gnome. I absolutely love these. They're so, so cute. Super cute, and I do love the idea that you can colour in your items to match the papers that you may have and things like that in your collection, but they're absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to push that down because that's a lovely cube card there. Maybe get your Christmas papers and start to play with these. Lots and lots of different ways that you can use them, but equally every single one of these are just fabulous. I absolutely love them. That gnome house, when you can build it up whatever colour you want. But look at this one. I love this. I think
There's
it's just
no
gorgeous.
place like home. Love that.
Isn't it fabulous? It really is fabulous. It's a joyous collection. It really, really is. Gnomes have been very popular for the last 12 months and show no signs. Gnome signs of slowing down either. So great opportunity to get hold of it. So again, look at that fabulous price that you can see on the screen. If it's the first time you're in Club Inspire, you're going to get that taster of that platinum as well. So absolutely glorious for a beautiful set to get creative with.
Amazing. Right, we are going to move on. We're going to look next at chinoiserie. Love this. One of my all-time favourite collections. Again, a brilliant, brilliant collection. Just to let you know, check out the price on your screen, £21.88. This die on its own is £19.99. You've got that wonderful big creator card there and the outside edge die. So literally, you're going to get everything else I'm going to show you for £1.88 if you are in the UK, which is an absolutely amazing bargain. It is. Or that should be £24.95 if you're in the US. So for what? $1.02 more, you're going to get all of this. So you've got your beautiful birds, which are these ones here, the love birds, which are wonderful. You're going to have so much fun colouring those in. I love that you've got sentiments and embellishing elements within all of the stamps. This stamp is incredible as well. Some of the samples that have been created using this one are absolutely fabulous. We also have 3D laser cut toppers for you as well in there. These are awesome. Pop these out. They really help to just finish off the card. You know, sometimes when you're creating, it just needs that little bit of something. I don't know what you don't know what it is. Is it a ribbon? Is it a gem? Maybe it's one of these gorgeous 3D die cut toppers. We then move into stamps and dies. Now these are awesome because what these are, you've got all your different lanterns here. So rather than just giving you 4 lantern dies, we've actually given you them and split them. And what that then means is if you like to create edgeables, you can have these as over the edge. So you can have them over the left side, over the right side, cut them all the way out, and little embellishing elements within there as well. And then also you've got this one too, which is your peony reef, which colours up beautifully. Use it with the collection or away from the collection, and the little decoupageable elements there in the florals, which you can actually add into there and build up that texture if you want to. It's a giveaway price. This saves you £51 or $60. Really love this one. I love the sort of oriental vibe that this one's got going on, Debbie.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love the chinoiserie collection. It's just stunning, and it has got that lovely oriental feel to it as well, but really love every single element of these. I did do the craft along with this one, and I'm going to show you something a bit similar to what I did to the craft along, but with a slight little twist. But again, absolutely beautiful. So for this one, I'm using the chinoiserie frame, and I'm also using the beautiful birds. I love those lovebirds. They are so gorgeous. I absolutely love them. But they come to you in, oh, have I got a box fresh one here? Oh, I don't know how that's worked out. Let me just go in there so I can show you them, because it's not just a stamp collection. It is also, let me go in there. Oh gosh, that's a tough one to get into. We've also got, there you go, look, that beautiful stamp. Look how gorgeous they are. Aren't they beautiful? Absolutely stunning. So first things first, I'm going to show you my card idea. So I've taken 2 pieces of A4 white, multi-purpose cardstock, Joe. Multi-purpose cardstock. Do you know we don't call it? It's been renamed. Do you know what I've been saying for years?
Leanne did say she was going to, didn't she?
Yes, because I've been saying for a long time that I use it, and it's a multi-purpose cardstock. Jan's been talking about crazy. We use it for all sorts. So Leanne and the team, they've renamed it to multi-purpose cardstock, which it is, because it's.
We're all going to keep calling it stamping card now, aren't we?
That's exactly what I did all day yesterday. I kept calling it stamping card. But I took 2 pieces, and what I've done is I used my Ultimate Pro, and I used it to measure the half fold A4 to create a card base, like so. But I want a pop-out element to this particular card. So all I've done is exactly the same, where I've used it on the half-fold A4, but I've also turned it to the gatefold A4, and exactly the same on the other side as well. And that creates, when you still fold it like you would with the card opening, but bring these 2 pieces back. So you've got your valley, your mountain, your valley, and that creates your lovely piece to create this pop-out function, okay? Now I am going to use this lovely die first things first. I'm going to use the chinoiserie frame. It comes in 2 pieces. It's a really lovely big die, isn't it? It is big, it's lovely, it's detailed. I think you definitely could use this landscape or portrait as well, Debbie, don't you? Absolutely, either way you can use it, landscape or portrait. For this particular one, I am going to use it, and I'm going to take that pop-out element of my card, and I'm going to place it into the centre of the panel. So if I just lift that up for a second, you can see it's in the centre piece. This is going to create, Joe, guess what it's going to create? An opportunity producer Georgie. You got there before him. So I'm going to pop that in. Now, I am not using this piece. This piece will cut out of frame, and I'll talk about that in a moment, because what I want to do is create that lovely aperture. So I'm going to pop my low-tack tape on both sides, top and bottom, and then we're going to run this through your die cutting machine. Now, it's a big die. This measures 5 by 7. That's how big it is, Joe. Absolutely. I'm saying huge, but that's a big die. It really is. So I'm going to run that through. However, I need my larger plates for this, because I've got a larger card base. So I'm going to pop it in. And it is normal combination for your thin metal die. So we'll pop that on and run that through our machine.
Amazing. Really cool, this one. Do you know chinoiserie as well? Do you know what it means, Debbie? Can you remember?
What does it mean?
It means the... I've said this now like I know. I know I had it here and now it's gone. No, it is the... it's the Western interpretation of Far Eastern culture in the early 1800s.
Where did you find that information out
in my
from?
Head.
Just in your head?
It's just in there,
just a random fact.
I remember
just
it from
when
we launched it.
I don't even know how you remembered that.
I asked Siri about 6 months ago, and I don't know how I somehow remembered it.
Wow.
Well, I didn't pretty much get it. I absolutely nailed it, Georgina. It was dead accurate.
Is all I'm going to say. Wow. I just don't know how you stored that information. That's amazing.
Ask me to get milk on the way home, Debbie. Not a chance. Ask me about halogen ovens circa 2003, and I'm your man.
Now, Now, can you see how that has created that lovely pop-out feature, and it gives me that lovely, stunning look and that beautiful aperture. Also means I've got another little piece that I could play with as well, so I'm not going to throw that away. I'll save that for another time. Then, what I'm going to do, Joe, is I've just repeated it exactly the same, and I'll speed. In fact, no, have we got time? Yeah, we've got time. Let's get there. Let's put them both together. In fact, let me just clean my die though, Joe, because I am a little bit of a mucky pup, so I'm just going to clean the die. In fact, I tell you what, I'll speed this bit up, because I want to try and cram some demos in. But I would pop that down together, and this time stick it down together, and when you run it through your machine, what it actually does is creates a proper panel. So you get this beautiful panel, very on the same time as that, it just comes in the two parts, where you can cut it to create an aperture, or you can cut it to actually create a panel. And I am going to use both, because that's going to sit on the inside of my cardstock, and that is going to sit onto the front of my cardstock, but not a bit of white on white. I'm going to add a little bit of colour to that as well. What I am also going to bring into the equation is this beautiful, I just love this stamp set. I'm so in love with these birds. I think, and I'm not usually a bird person, but these are gorgeous.
Did you didn't have any? You didn't have a budgie
gorgeous.
as a kid then, Debbie?
A what?
A budgie.
I had one when I was, let me think, because my nan always had budgies.
Oh, okay.
I did have one when I think Tanya was very, very, very young. Then I gave it to my nephew and he killed it. He let it go. He let it go. Your nephew, yeah.
Oh, he let it out?
Accident. He let it out. I said to him, be careful. He had it for one night and one night only. Let it out of the cage and it hit itself on a door, and poor little thing.
Oh.
No, I know. I were absolutely heartbroken. And,
Poor little thing.
No, poor little Joey was called.
Joe?
Joey.
Joey,
Yeah, little Joey. Oh, it's so sad. Beautiful.
I'm glad I asked.
You what, love?
I'm glad I asked. We just all have a moment for Joey.
Oh, I've never got over that, you know. I've never got over.
I can tell.
My sister rang me up and I was absolutely heartbroken because I thought I was doing a nice thing. Because I got a dog, you see, at the same time. So I thought, I can't really
Can't have a dog and a budgie. That's a nightmare.
So my nephew said, I'll have him, Auntie Debbie, and then that happened. So yeah, not really a very nice thing that happened to him. But look at these two. Look at these two.
Anyway,
they're so beautiful. They are beautiful.
Friends of mine have got a parrot, Debbie, and
Look how gorgeous
honestly,
they are.
that is really cute. They've got a parrot, and it imitates the sound of the phone ringing.
Does it?
So much so you'd get up and go to the phone. Yeah, the vacuum cleaner. It can mimic the vacuum cleaner.
They're such clever birds.
It says, it repeats things that its owners say. And basically, the friend of mine, the people that got the parrot, they do business together. And his surname is Charity. And when he goes round, the parrot says, sounding just like the woman, that Charity. So you know they've been talking about him when he's not there. Imagine that, the parrot throwing you under the bus.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Now, look how beautiful they are. And even in that simplest form, in the black and white, look gorgeous. But
stunning.
the minute you add some colour, look how gorgeous. It just brings them to life. I've said this many a time. Our colouring mediums are absolutely world-class pens. These are from my Tri-Blend collection again. And I've just had a little play on the colour, and I just absolutely love them. I've actually used one of the, from the, and I don't get this the right way around, but do you know the Oriental lanterns? I've done exactly the same. I've stamped and coloured one of them in and just added a little piece of string, because in the centre of my aperture I want a dangly bit. And I thought that would look absolutely
Nice.
beautiful. So I've chosen that. So again, you've got all this stamp collection.
You've had the opportunity to put a dangly bit on there.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I've done. But these have got dies to go with, so I didn't have to fussy cut this. The birds I had to fussy cut because they don't have a die section to it. But you take your little snippy scissors and it's a 2-minute job. It doesn't take long at all. Now, again, I'm just going to bring all my elements in. So I've chosen some papers. You're going to ask me again, aren't you?
No, I'm not going to ask you this time.
Thank you, because
It is it's a very recent one, isn't it?
I've completely forgotten. This isn't my vintage butterflies. No, it's not my vintage butterflies.
It's the other one. It was released around the same.
Yes, it was.
A little bit before, wasn't it? I can't remember. I can't remember now.
Dearie me, my head.
It's one of those standalone ones, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, honestly, I am shocking with paper pads. I was talking to Craig about this the other day. I mean, that boy's knowledge on paper pads is insane. I blame myself. I blame the fact that I've got too many. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And I've had a complete mind
blank.
Fog. Yeah. Mind fog. Blank. Yeah. Gone mad. I can't tell you which one it is. I've completely forgot.
No. At home, people are screaming it.
They'll be screaming at me. Yeah, they will. They'll be screaming at me. I'm sure we'll find out. Now, I've popped that little panel in the back for the reason being of my beautiful panel that's sitting there, and it gives it a little bit of dimension. So what I'm going to do now, Joe, is before I actually put those in, I've actually got a piece for the front part. So let's pop that onto the front. Oh, Joe, we're all scratching his heads. It's one of those that's going to keep me awake at night. Oh.
You'll wake up in the middle of the night tonight. I
will. I once did that when I was younger with my cousin, trying to remember a baddie from Blake 7. That's way before your time. Couldn't remember her name. We sat up hours and hours.
Was this like in the days before the internet, so you could just
Yes,
Google
there was no
it?
such thing as the internet. This was back in the early 80s, and Blake 7 was a big cult, BBC, sci-fi kind of thing. Bit of an equivalent to a Star Trek kind of thing, but a British version. And I couldn't remember the baddie, and then at 3 o'clock, just as we were nodding off, I sat up in bed, screamed, "Save a land!" top of my voice, and I've never forgotten since. And honestly, that's exactly what this pad's going to do. Although producer Georgine there, she thinks it's Country Lane.
I don't think it is Country Lane.
It's definitely not vintage butterflies. It's definitely not vintage butterflies.
Oh, it is Country Lane.
It is Country Lane. She's a very clever lady.
It's definitely not Country. Oh, it is Country Lane, yeah.
She's very clever, because I honestly completely forgot. And do you know, I'm going to be totally honest, I forgot I took it from that one. Because I've told you, I've got way too many paper pads.
How many do you think you've got at home?
Oh, God. Well, I was very good, and I did gift a lot. I did tell you this. Yeah. And I gifted them down, and then I ended up with a couple of...
Sorry? 411 you've got?
I whispered it.
411?
No. I said a couple of them.
A couple of hundred?
Yeah, because I've been collecting paper pads for a long time, not just our paper pads, lots of paper pads, because I'm slightly addicted. To be fair, I actually had a little bit of a clear out again, and I gifted them to a local charity again. Okay. And although I sometimes do that.
Over 200 paper pads, do you find you still just use the same 6 ones?
Exactly, that is exactly right, Joe. I keep on using the same one.
The same half a dozen?
Yeah, the same half a dozen. And when I was clearing out the said messy craft room from last year's escapade, I found my very favourite one that I keep saying, I'll use. I can't bring myself to use it. And it was one that I found when I was demonstrating out and about throughout the country, and I just can't use it. I absolutely love it, and it's got the most gorgeous colour tones in, but I just won't use it. I just sat there and looked at it. Christina Mahoney will know what I mean when I say that. And she will absolutely
You should have got one to use and one to stroke.
Exactly. That's how I used to. That's exactly what I used to do.
Then you'd have over 400 paper pads.
I bet Christina's got a heck of a lot more than that. If she was to go around counting them, absolutely. I bet she's got a ton more.
I think
it's just admitting to it, isn't it?
It is.
It's a bit like when you just can't help yourself.
Well, there's a lot worse things that you could be addicted to. Paper pads,
yeah, that's very
not so
true.
Bad.
That is very true. So I'm just going to slide this because I've just moved it slightly. But there we go. So I've connected that in. So I've got my lovely front part and then the inside panel. I'm going to use now my beautiful birds on the front of my card. So I'm going to bring that in. However, look a bit silly like that. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in my lovely panel, and it just breaks it up a little bit and looks really beautiful. So again, I'm going to use my tape pen for this, my dotted tape pen, because it is quite filigree. Let me move that to one side there. And I'm going to just pop that, go all the way around, like so. There we go.
And as I said earlier, £20 that's worth, that die cut you've got there, Debbie, the die that cuts that out.
Oh, God,
so for an extra £1.88. or it should be $25 in the US. For another $1.01, you get all the other items in there, which is incredible.
It's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. It really, really is. Now, I've lost my scissors, Joe. I've put them back. Me being tidy, I've got them put them back. Hold on a minute.
Oh, are you okay over there?
I'm all right, yes.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm okay, yes. Dropped them on the floor, don't ask. Oh, dear me. But I'm just going to snip up my little... my little...
You were very close to your finger there, Debbie.
No, it's because it flicked off. It flicked off at the other side of the studio then, so I was like, oh no, my phone pad's just shot off in a different direction. So I'm just going to now pop my little lovebirds on the front, like so, but I've lifted them with a little bit of foam pads just to give them, again, that little bit of elevation.
Lovely wedding card this could be.
They're beautiful, aren't they? And the sayings on this collection, your friendship means the world to me. How gorgeous is that, Joe? Really, really beautiful. So again, I'm going to bring in my tape pen. I'm just going to, reason why I've left a little bit of a space is because you've got all these extra little pieces that are in your collection. So I've brought in one of the flowers just to add it, again, it's just a little bit of interest on there. And then like so. And then on the inside, I'm just going to attach my little piece here, and I'm just going to, let's see if I can get this in. I'm going to try and get it down both ends of that. One in there, one in there. Dangle it to the centre and then tie that off. In fact, actually, I might just put some glue at the back of it just to hold it down. And if I just show you, I'll just do that in a moment. But can you see now, you've got your front part. Open that up. I'm just going to put a bit of tape just into the centre and then just snip off my little ends, but you've got a lovely feature in the centre as well. Lovely little twirling feature.
Nice. That's beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. And you could be achieving exactly that at home without breaking the bank as well, because $21.88, $26.01, that's pretty much what you should be paying for this die alone. Platinum member, $17.50 or $20.81. You've got your beautiful birds in there. You will get this stamp, which I adore, which is your temple. You've then got these, which are your 3D toppers. You will get your Oriental lantern in there. And also, you've got the peony wreath in there as well. 6-piece collection. You're paying for one piece. We send you the other 5 almost completely free of charge. Secret Garden is where we are going to next. A really gorgeous collection here. Something you've loved so many times when we brought it to you previously. There's craft alongs on this. There's launch days over on the website. Hours of inspiration if you want to see what you can do. She's got beautiful hair, Debbie, isn't she?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous hair. Really, a lot like Meghan Markle, some might say. This one here is your A Moment in Time. Then we've also got Mystical Wood there too. Secrets Unlocked within there as well. This one here is your Enchanted Door. Then we've got the whimsical lanterns, also whimsical. Your secret key, you'll get this garden gate. Now these gates are brilliant. How regal are these? They're like the gates at Buckingham Palace, aren't they? Really lovely. This one here is your garden gateway. And then what you've got in here is your luxury A4 mix. Oh, it's nearly the same colour as my top. I think it is exactly the same colour, isn't it? Is your A4 luxury mix cardstock too. $62.98, $77.02 if you are across the pond. I love this collection, Debbie, and the design team, you can see, have had a lot of fun with this kind of
Yeah, it's beautiful. Everything works again so beautifully together. But the lovely theme behind this is that obviously that lovely secret garden feature. So you've got lots of lovely decorative elements to get creative and colouring with, and then maybe have a hidden message behind there if you want to, because you know that's the beauty of this collection. You can pop whatever you want behind the back of there, create lots of different styles with your card making. Again, look at this one. I love this, where you've just got that element that for me is just sums up the secret garden perfectly, because at the back of there you've got that lovely image that you can get creative with. So absolutely gorgeous. Those beautiful lanterns there look stunning, and everything about this collection is just glorious. It really is. Reminiscent of my childhood as well. So it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful collection. And I know, again, look at that price on the screen for the whole of that is just amazing.
Really lovely. Snap that up. What we're going to focus on though here next is this, the Beautiful. It's gorgeous. Lovely colours in the cardstock in here. A beautiful pearlescence to it. There's lots of yellows in here, but they're really sort of warm golden yellows, and that lovely brown. That navy, is it a no? It's a black, isn't it? It's sort of on the cusp, Debbie, I'd say, wouldn't you, between a black and a navy. That one is in there for you too. So you've got 24 sheets there in your paper pad. You're also going to get some awesome stamps and dies and embossing folders in here as well. This is your Sweet as Honeycomb. Then you've got your cut and emboss folder. That is your Bees in Nature. This one here is your Bees and Flowers that you can see. Then you've also got Bumbling in the Flowers. This one's great because it doesn't matter wherever you want to, whatever orientation, big word for a Saturday, whatever orientation you'd like to use it on. You've got the bee blooms in there, your stamps and dies. You've then got the honeybee, which is also your stamps and dies. And then you get this as well, the layering stamp, which is your Build-A-Bee, not Build-A-Rat, as we said earlier. Your Build-A-Bee, which gives you all those different elements. You want to ink them up in different colours. Maybe you want to heat emboss certain elements. You've got the option to do that here with these. 53.35. Try that again. 53.35 or 79.56 to grab a hold of that. It's a £35 or $53 saving. And I know you're excited about demoing this one, Debbie, because you love this, don't you?
I adore this collection. Absolutely adore this one. We bring some beautiful Nature's Garden collections. This is the one that we're going to work towards using a couple of the elements in there as well. So we're going to create this little theatre style kind of card. So first things first, you've got that beautiful cardstock that Joe's just shown you, and I've literally taken 3 pieces from there. 2 of them are the same size, so I'm just going to show you the size of them, and I'll tell you where I've put the score lines. So literally taken 2 sheets, and I've gone with a gold and that lovely cream one. I've measured these at 10 by 7, so this measures at 10 inches across by 7 inches in depth, and I've scored it at 2 inches and 2.5 inches, and I've just repeated that, turning it over exactly the same way. So 2 and 2.5 inches, and I've done that on both of those because I want to create a little bit of a theatre, but I want some nice, I'm going to call them chunky sides. That's the best way to describe it. I want some chunky sides, but all you're going to do is fold it in. So fold it in on itself, take your scoring tool, and then fold it back. And you're going to do that on both, because this one is going to act as the base, and I'm just going to do that again, and that one's going to act as the front. So we're going to actually do with something with this, so I'm not going to score it just yet. I've done the score lines, I've already put them in, but because I'm going to use this beautiful gorgeous piece here, this beautiful cut and emboss folder, I'm going to literally cut this through and emboss it at the same time. Now, it comes with a metal die inside this embossing folder. If you've never seen a cut and emboss folder before, it embosses and die cuts at the same time. And this piece here isn't cardstock, it's foam, so don't try picking it out. I know that sounds really daft, but don't try picking it out. And I'm going to cut into that cardstock, but can you see, if I just fold that over for a second, that's the area that I want to cut into. So I'm going to sandwich that into the centre, and again, if I show you now, you can see that quite easily fits around the centre of it, and I'm going to put this through the die cutting machine. Now, cut and emboss folders, generally the rule of thumb is your 2 clear cutting plates. There may be exceptions to the rule where you might need to add an extra shim, and if it was an extra shim that I'd be adding, the only one I'd be adding in there is the metal shim in between the 2, not any of the others because they're a bit too thick. But I'm going to try it without first, Joe, and run that through. And it is a standard embossing with a metal die in there, but like I said, that's the normal combination in a Gemini. It may be that you just need to tweak it a little bit, but you'll know when you've run that through, because like with everything, machines are all different, aren't they? Now again, when I take that out, worked absolutely beautiful with my two clear cutting plates. So I'm just going to pop that to one side, like so. And that's now created that lovely aperture again. So what I'm going to do is reinforce those score lines that I'd already placed in, and that's to give it a crisp. And I'd rather do that after I've done the embossing, just because if you do it before and then you run your embossing folder through, you're flattening it back out again. So it just makes more sense. And there you can see how lovely that then looks. And now I'm going to emphasise as well little areas on the side. So we've got some more embossing in there as well, Joe, and I'm just going to bring it in. Let me make sure I've got the right one, because there's two. We've got have I got two of the same? Two of the same.
Oh,
I could do it at the same time. Oh, get me. Tracy must have known. She must have known.
She must be in a very generous mood today.
This is absolutely beautiful, this one. You can see. In fact, I am going to use both of them. Let's get...
Cheeky little thing.
She's never going to notice. She'll not know. Is she around? Is she listening?
No, I don't know what she's up to.
Know.
Oh, she's on her way though, apparently. She must have sensed you opening that packaging.
I think she did. I think she did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop...
Oh, and Georgina's just dubbed you in.
She has.
Yeah,
she has.
She just classed you up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can't blame Tracy because she gave me two, so she must have given me two for a reason.
Oh, she's coming
in.
Take cover.
No. Take cover?
Yeah.
She's Tracy. She's a
pussycat, really.
She's a pussycat, she is.
Yeah.
She's one of life's loveliest ladies as well.
Oh, here she comes. She's in, she's about.
Oh, hello, I was just saying, what was that? Oh, no, you're not getting the blame for anything, Tracy, no. Just saying how grateful I was for putting two of the small slimline embossing folders in my collection there.
She might have
and I was saying how lovely you are.
Yeah.
One of life's loveliest ladies. Do anything for anybody. She would, wouldn't she? She would. Like cups of tea and coffee. I'm kidding.
Do you want...
But she is one of life's loveliest ladies. You couldn't wish to meet a lovelier lady than Tracy. She's proper funny as well, isn't she? Look at you.
Debbie is just digging and digging. I don't know what's going on. I'm just letting Debbie go.
Now then, can you see how beautiful that design is with the embossing on? And that's the ability that you've got with this gorgeous collection. It really is beautiful. Now, I've just emphasised these a little bit just by adding a little bit of grey to the bees, because I wanted the bees to pop a little bit. So I'm just going to show you what I've done before I actually finish this. So I'm just going to go on and I'm going to use the dark grey like so. In fact, is that the darkest? Oh, I'm using the wrong one. It's my shades I wanted. So I've gone with the tri-blend and it's the ice grey shades, and I want the darkest of the colour, which is the ice grey 9. So I'm going to go on and it makes it pop. You just use the lines there and then go over that and just...
I've not seen this done, I don't think, before, Debbie.
Have you not? It's really nice. It's lovely. It's a lovely way of doing it. You can colour them in. There's nothing to stop you from colouring your embossing features. And I'm going to use a green. Let me grab hold of a green. You get...
Reminds me of something, I can't think what.
Oh, George, you know, you're a little monkey, you.
What? I didn't say anything.
And I'm going to go over like so. And literally, I'm just lifting the colour. Let me put his legs are going to be black, aren't they? Not grey. Not green, sorry. One leg. Two leg. Are they legs? Do they call them legs?
Go.
Got to be legs, aren't they? Surely they've got to be legs. But again, look how gorgeous that's already looking. Now you continue to do that, and if I bring it in, I'll show you the one that I finished. But that's a really nice idea, isn't it? Just doing that. And when you've completed it, that's what it looks like. So it just takes a little bit of time. But I've just added a little bit of sparkle. Because I've put a little bit of sparkle inside his body too, and I've used a bit of yellow. I've emphasised it with a little bit of yellow. So you can have a little bit of fun and get creative with it, but absolutely beautiful. Now, I did say there was another piece, because at the moment that will sit like so. So these two pieces are going to go on like so. However, I did say I use a dark piece, but this one's smaller to create that theatre, and it's going to simply sit inside the two pieces. So what I've done with this one, Joe, is I've cut it down to 9 inches by 7 inches, so it's the same in the depth, but it's just 9 inches. And I've popped a couple of little score lines in just to help me position where I want it to go, and I've positioned those in at 2 inches either end, and that's just because I'm going to use another element of the collection, where can I find it? Because I've just dropped it down there. I'm going to bring in the bumbling in the flowers one. So it's going to create an extra little scene through the back part, but I just needed that to position it. And I'm going to, again, this one will work straight up, on the wonk, on the side, upside down. It's going to work either way, but you've got this lovely honeycomb feature there as well. So I'm just going to hold that down and run that through my die cutting machine again. Yeah, we'll use bigger plates. So pop that on. It is a thin metal die again. So it's a thin metal die combination. Let's get the right way around. There we go. And run that through your die cutting machine. Now that will fit through your Gemini Junior. I suppose it depends on the project that you're working on. If you were cutting it out and then using your nesting dies, which is one of those samples that we showed you earlier on in the day, you can use your nesting dies to create a nice little border piece to stick on, but this one doesn't have an outside cutting edge, the actual design of it, which means it stays connected into your cardstock. So I'm just going to pop that down there for a second. Save all those little pieces as well with a little honeycomb. You can use those for paper piecing, backing maybe for a later project. But when I take that off, and again, just pop that all off there. Let me lift my tape off for a second. Did anybody else see a flash? Did you see a flash? Because I just saw a flash. And flash! Oh! I did, I saw a flash.
Yeah,
there's a
little power outside. The monitors in the studio went white and then came back again. That's what happened.
That's what I keep seeing then. That's not the first time I've seen that.
It's Gorgeous George playing with his joystick.
Is it Gorgeous George? Behave yourself, George. Do you behave yourself, young man? Oh, look at that. How gorgeous does that look? Absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring all these pieces together. And again, you can be using papers if you want to use some papers, but I quite like the idea. And I'm going to stick it like so it sits over the panel, which is why I've done it at the 9 inches by 7. So it sits perfectly over the back like that. So what I'm going to do is pop a bit of glue onto, and I'll use my tape pen, like so on one side, then on the other, and then I'm going to position where I want me, I'm going to have it on that side. So I'm going to position that onto one end, like so. Ooh, stick, don't stick, yep, there you go. And then on the other side as well. I'm just going to bring that in, line it all up like, there we are, perfect. And that creates that lovely illusion of the theatre. Can you see there at the back? Absolutely beautiful. So then we're going to pop on our front part, and our front panel will stick on there as well. Thank you very much, Tracy. It wasn't really a hint. It wasn't really a hint, but thank you very much. It's very appreciated. I keep leaving my coffee to go cold. Do you, Joe?
I don't mind a cold coffee or a cold tea.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, even if it's been there for like a couple of hours and it's gone stone cold, I don't mind it.
Oh, no, you're like me dad. My dad's same.
Yeah.
He drinks cold tea.
See, I don't like my tea or coffee too hot. I will actually leave it for about 20 minutes, half an hour to
Do you
chill
really?
a bit. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
don't,
I like
I don't
it
mind
warm.
it cold.
I like it warm. When it goes cold, it makes me actually feel physically sick.
Does it?
Oh, God, yeah. It's like I put it in my mouth and anybody think I got something really that I hated to have. Cold drink. I don't like it. I like cold fizzy drinks.
I love what Debbie. You're really good at digging yourself a hole today. I don't know why. It's really cheering me up. I'm glad to be back. Do you know that?
Are you glad to be back?
Yeah, with
Bless
you I am. Yeah.
I get worse me with age. Look how gorgeous that looks though. And you've got that lovely dome feature on the front with those measurements. A nice flat back. Oops. Flat back. There you go, there, perfect. But it creates a really lovely illusion, and all I need now is just some finishing touches. Now there's lots of beautiful things in this collection. You've got the bee balloons, and all I've done with this one, Joe, is again, it's got dies and stamps in there. I've done a bit of watercolouring this time, because what I'm going to do is add it to the front. And then you've got as well all those beautiful, let's see if I can find my bees. Got all my bees as well in there. So I've just literally done exactly the same with my bees, and I've cut a few out. So let's have a look. Let's move that out of the way. I've got a few there. I've got some leaves as well, and I've actually got a little always be yourself, because everybody should always be themselves.
Because everyone else is taken.
What was that?
Always be yourself, because everyone else is taken.
Is that a Joeism?
Don't know.
I think it's a Joeism. I think it's a Joeism, that one, yes, absolutely. So we're going to just decorate this up now. And I'm going to give it a little curl, and I'm going to just attach that. So I think I'm going to have it like that angle. I think that looks quite pretty. I'm going to use some 3D Collal glue again, so I'm going to pop a couple of splodges on there, and literally just attach that to the front, and then pop me lovely little bees. And I'm going to have a couple of bees. Let's have one on floating, and I'm going to position it in between, so I'm going to have a floating above the other ones. Let's have a little one just across there, like so. I'm going to have my little bee floating actually into the centre of me flower, and then I'll have a couple of the little leaves, and I'm going to pop one that side, one on that side, and then just finish that, oops, there you go, with my lovely Always Be Yourself. Isn't it just gorgeous, this collection? Absolutely beautiful. And again, look at that balmy price that you see on the screen. And there you go, Joe, we've got ourselves a lovely theatre style card. With dimension, because it's added dimension with that lovely bee in the background, and then all those lovely elements.
It's stuck to your hand.
Oops, it was
stuck to your nail. I was like, what on earth is that?
It's my glue, it's chunky glue. Hey, that's what it is. But how beautiful is that collection?
Good. That is a beautiful card.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Right, let me just recap then exactly what is in here for you. So you are going to get the 12 by 12 luxury cards top, gorgeous pearlescence there on that one. So that's coming included for you. You have got Sweet as Honeycomb, a gorgeous cut and emboss folder, which is your bees in the nature, that wonderful slimline embossing folder, bees and flowers. You've got Bumbling in the Flowers, beautiful stamps and dies here with the bee blooms, and also in the honeybee. And then you've also got the Builder Bee within there as well, that beautiful layering stamp. Really can help to build the texture and depth and dimension using that 53.35, 79.56. Your platinum discount brings that down to 42.68 or 63.65, which is excellent. One last collection to share with you as well, which is this one, your Farmhouse collection. Really adore this. Lots in here, very popular. Really nice, bright, vibrant colours lend themselves to this collection. These are your die-cut toppers. You're also going to receive in here the wax seal kit. You've got your Simply Thankful stamp collection. You're also going to get stamps and dies in here. This is your Enjoy the Ride. You'll also get stamps and dies in the Flying By to Say Hi, and also with this one. That there is your May Your Day Bloom, all of those coming your way. You've then got this one, which is that gorgeous seed packet. Stamps and dies again in here, makes that really gorgeous little seed packet. You've got sentiments, so you'll get thank you, you are loved, family blessings, and then your stamps, which are these ones. This is your We Can Do It. That's really lovely lady there with the victory rolls. It's one of my favourite stamps in that particular set. And also you will get the foliage wreath in there too. 44.35, that saves you £66 in the UK, or 54.16 saves you 81.24 if you are across the pond. Don't forget, 25% off of clear stamps all weekend, which is glorious. And tomorrow, remember, Sunday is our second anniversary for Colour Me Happy. We're celebrating with 10% off ink pads across the whole website all weekend on that one as well. Debbie, can I say thank you? It was an absolute pleasure to get us to spend some time with you again.
Thank you very much.
In the Craft House?
In the Craft, I love being in the Craft House. Favourite place to be, and some amazing deals and some amazing collections. Grab yours while you can at those ridiculously low prices, because they're not going to be around forever. So yes, thank you very much, Joe. It's been a pleasure. Pleasure as always. Don't forget to check out your baskets. We'll see you back here real soon on Crafters TV. Take care now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.